Our main goal is to disseminate the information, to get it to our clients, and there's always been that question, if we do have a price on our books, well, it was the public funds who paid for this. Now we're trying to make money on books that were paid for from public funding.
Yeah. It makes
so,
sense.
what we do now is all these books are available on Google Book Search for free download, the whole file.
Wow.
If you want the hard copy, we'll still charge you for the cost of mailing it and all that. So we cover our cost, but you don't have to. You can get the whole PDF file. It'll take a few minutes to download, but then it's free. So
Yeah, and then you can just print it yourself if you want, or the pages you want. That is.
But you see, we thought about putting the books online before Google existed, and before there was a Google Book Search, just around 2000, 2001. So we began a process of scanning all of our books, dating back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
Quite a job. And we found out the hard way that to have the right quality of scanning, we needed to have at least. We decided to go with 300 DPI instead of 150, and for the optical character recognition. For proofing purposes, we went to 99% instead of 95%. If we go to 95% accuracy, there's an error on every page practically. It's really a mess. 99, you can live with it. It might be a little
couple in a chapter.
Yeah, so you can live with that. So our PDF files are pretty pristine, and you could actually use them to reprint a book of the quality that you see here from the original. So now Google, which wants to make every book available ever printed in the world available digitally, that's their goal anyhow, will come in and scan your books for you at their expense. They won't charge you.
Oh, really?
Because they want to add it to the system. But they came along after we already had done most of ours. But they will do it at 100. They're interested only on web presentation. So if they scanned our books, if we sent them all to Google, they have locations all over the world to where you would send your set of books for them to scan. But it would be 150 DPI. And I think around 95% accuracy. But that's okay for online, for the web.
Right.
But not if you want to print a book again.
Right.
So we have the best of both worlds. We probably have the highest quality PDF files on Google because they're using our files, not ones they made. And then we have the link to the PDFs for total download. We were among the first, although others are starting to do it now, to actually have the full PDF download free instead of a link to the site to buy the book.
Yeah.
So we were among the first to do that. Some other CGI centers are doing that now.
And then you just disseminate this kind of information so people can access them.
Well, on our front page of our IRRI website, we have. I'll give you guys this because an article we had in Rice Today last year on Rice Science in the Digital World about how we're using Google, Flickr for photographs, and YouTube for videos. We're using other people's bandwidth. So all of our photos that we have publicly available are on Flickr. And a lot more people go to Flickr than they do.
Oh, it's crazy.
Case in point, Andoy, the typhoon that came through in late September of last year caused major flooding and damage, even around here. My staff photographers went out and got a lot of good pictures of the devastation and the flooded rice fields and all that. We put our photos on Flickr, and it just blew our minds about the number of hits and downloads we got. We had over 1 million views because a lot of Filipinos all over the world are interested in what's going on. And,
and they're doing Google
if you
Images.
Type in Andoy in a Google search, you end up in our Flickr site. And we have a lot of great photos that showed the damage and the flooding and all that. But we never got 1 million hits of anything else, ever. I mean, this blew my mind. If we got a few hundred hits on things, we're happy.
Yeah.
1 million? We broke the 1 million barrier for the first time on anything. But it really had nothing to do with rice per se. It was more the damage of the storm. And our guys took pictures of flooded streets and towns in the region around.
It's amazing though, once somebody finds out, it
snowballs.
just spreads like crazy. It's like...
So CIMMYT and ICRRI and all are doing something like that?
We were the leaders on this, I must say, but they're all following, and actually following our motto about how we present ourselves on the Google Book Search particularly. In fact, now the CGIAR, our mother system, is going to. We're working with them to develop a CGIAR presence they're called CG Books. There's about 15 centers that we're a part of, called the CGIAR. And they all do similar things that we do, produce books and other materials. And now, although we maintain our current IRRI identity and brand, we'll also be linked to the CG Books. If you go to the CG Book site, you'll branch off to your areas of interest. But they actually use what we did as a model, only in a bigger picture.
Yeah.